That's no moon. It's a
Galactic Guild.
And we call this the Galactic Guild Hall. Here's where we meet members of the guild community in Star Wars: The Old Republic. Today we have a very special guest. We have Crixus, who is the leader of the Clock Tower Guild. And you're located, Crixus, on the hyperspace cannon, is that correct?
Yes, we are located on the hyperspace cannon, and just to clarify, it's not the cold clock tower. It's Clock Tower.
Clock Tower Guild.
You almost said cold, sir.
Cold
Clock
Clock
Tower
Tower.
Guild on the hyperspace cannon, yes.
So you're the Clock Tower Guild on the hyperspace cannon. Let me talk to me. You're like our second hyperspace cannon guild on. I got to ask you, how's population on your server?
It always says it's medium to high. It's very vibrant. It's a wonderful, wonderful server. We were part of the initial the guild startup program, and I mean they couldn't have done a better job. It's our server is so amazing. It really is.
That's awesome. Amazing. Well, it seems like, and I have to. I mean, we haven't had a chance to go through all the servers yet, interviewing guilds, but it seems like the hyperspace can's got a few characters on it. You know, after meeting the Devil's Bakery and now running into you and having a few minutes ahead with you, I could tell definitely you're a little character as well. So I almost want to roll a character on there right now.
Well, hey, if you do, you got a home. We invite everybody. We're very, very casual. I played with some of the Devil's Bakers guys. Those guys are hilarious. They're a riot. It's funny because, especially with Hyperspace Cannon, now that you mention it, I'm just starting to think about it. There's not a lot of rivalry on that server as far as guilds at all. Everybody's very cooperative. I mean, I actually had a player that left my guild because they didn't like the momentum we had. We were taking a slower roll to it.
Yep.
And they went to one of the mega guilds because there's 2 or 3 big mega guilds on our side of the fence.
Okay.
And before he was recruited, their guildmaster whispered me and say, "Hey, is it okay if we take this player?" And I've been MMOing for 7 years. I've never had that happen.
That's
I'm like, really?
That's
How
rare.
polite is that?
That's rare.
I mean, yeah, it's a
awesome.
wonderful environment. It is. It really is.
Awesome. Crixus, talk to us a little bit about the Clock Tower Guild, how it started. Talk to us a little bit about Clock Tower Gaming. Okay,
well, Clock Tower Guild in SWTOR is actually the MMO branch of the Clock Tower Gaming community. Okay, the gaming community was started by a couple of players in 2011, March 1st, 2011. I actually went and did some research. And it originally started with 15 members. Right now, as of this morning, we're at 649 members.
Wow.
Okay. And it's completely nonprofit. It's a couple of guys that started this in their garage with a couple of networking gurus that started in their own garage. They own the namespace, and now we're completely sufficient. And I was talking to Oakley about this yesterday, but we have in our clan, and we call it a clan, but it's really a community. But in the community, they've actually purchased for us a vent server that we use for raiding that nobody pays for. The community pays for it.
Nice.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Awesome.
As far as the website is www.clocktowergaming.com. We also use the SWTOR Guild actually has our forums based there.
Okay.
And our loot system, which is a little complicated, and if you want me to go into it, I will. It's EPGP. There's a whole tutorial and everything that we've set up right on the main page right there. I mean, it's very, very accessible.
And that's for the rating thing, right?
Yeah, that's correctly. That's for rating. But the way the EPGP is set up as you're leveling a character, like say this is your first MMO. I'm Johnny New. I just got into MMOing. You come into Clock Tower Gaming because a friend says, "Hey, this is a great guild." You come into the fold. We'll hold your hand. We won't necessarily hold your hand, but we'll basically show you the ropes and help you develop your character and learn how to play in a PvE game.
Wow.
So we're actually looking for better PvPers because none of us are good at PvP. Yeah, if you get on vent with me, you know when I'm PvPing because it sounds I'm cussing and and I'm just horrible at it. But PvE, we'll show you the ropes of PvE.
Okay.
It's a very, very casual guild. We don't have any rating requirements. Okay. We're looking on starting rating this week. This week we're going to actually start and get in there. All right, so Clock Tower Gaming, very casual guild. We're going to have 3 nights set up for raiding. And we'll say we'll just say, because this is not the raid times. I'm going to stress this is not the raid times. We'll say we set up Friday, Saturday, and Sunday nights. Okay, we'll say those are our raid nights. raid 3 nights. We raid 3 hours each of those nights. Okay. You have a party to go to Friday night. Go. We're not going to penalize you for that. Okay. We're not.
Good.
You
That's good. That's awesome.
Your kid sticks a fork in the light socket, or bobby pins, as one of mine did one time. You have to run to the hospital. Right. Go.
Right.
It's okay. We understand we're a guild that emphasizes real life is more important than our digital loot.
Can I ask you real quick, Crixus, why decide to go with a point system with the guild for rating?
Because loot is the number one thing that tears a guild apart.
Okay.
Number one thing. And going with random rolls, sometimes people nerd rage and flare out because, I've been in this situation when a guild that just used a random roll system, and we'll go into a raid. All right, we'll kill bosses, and I've been in this guild for 2-3 weeks, and I just can't win a roll to save my life. I am a I don't have any luck whatsoever, and I'm rolling low numbers all night. I don't get any loot, and I was extremely pissed, like on the verge of quitting MMOs because I'm just thinking, all right, somebody's messing with me at this point.
Right.
So the EPGP loot system promotes guild activity by awarding you for being active in the guild. Not so much in raiding, but in the guild.
Cool.
That's really nice. I like that.
That's a really different way of doing things.
I think so.
I like that. Who came up with that? Was that you?
No, actually, Lord from Tankspot. This was his system that I have adopted and refined because I think that Months Behind went to a different system. But I've been in a guild that did loot council, which I don't like. It's commonly known that a really bad guild, you'll have like the loot council and they'll gear out their buddies and then everybody else is just waiting for scraps. Then I've done DKP, and then you always get that one guy that just sits on DKP and sits on DKP and sits on DKP. Then he's in raid for 2 months, and then he shows up and takes the epic, and that really perturbs me. With EPGP, if you go and raid, you're going to get effort points, and then we'll say you're out there fighting monsters, you're being active in the guilds, you have a ton of EP, right? And you win a chess piece. All right, you're probably. I'm just going to say refer to the website. Okay. I'm trying to out it's not a complicated system. It is really hard to describe. But on the website, there's a link to it. You can check it out. It goes step by step. It walks you through the system. It's really well done.
I like how you call it effort points. That's nice. I like that. You've tried. You're putting in your effort as opposed to actual successes and things of that nature. Talk to me a little bit. Now, I believe you said you're an Empire guild right now, correct?
Yes, we're an Empire guild. And once we get the rating solidified, once the raid leaders, because this is the first time he's raid led, he came up to me and said, "Hey, I've never led a raid before." He's been in my roster forever, and I didn't even know this. And I said, "All right, well, because I was going to start a Republic guild because I really want to play Republic."
Okay.
But I want to get my guild going first before, I move on and branch out. So I'm going to actually hold his hand for a while and help him learn how to raid lead. And once he does that, I'm going to take off and go start this Republic guild. I'm looking for more officers, obviously more bodies, more officers. So once the Empire guild gets rolling and it's going, I'm going to flip over to the Republic side on the same server, hopefully, maybe, possibly, and roll a Republic guild.
Okay, is that going to be under Clock Tower Gaming as well then?
It should be unless somebody takes the name.
Okay.
So.
Cool. So let me ask you this, though, and I hate to really be backtracking because we've kind of gotten really deep into your guild, but where did the clock tower thing come from?
I honestly have no idea. And I talked to the clan leaders because I'm just the moderator.
Sure.
I'm just the lowly moderator that runs the SWTOR guild.
Right.
Them and a friend started, or their friend started this and then disappeared off the face of the earth and gave them the rights to it. Or not rights, but gave them all the access codes. So then they just took it and ran with it. And he's contacted them once and said, "Hey, I love what you've done with the place. Good job." And that's all he's done. So
Clock Tower just came out of some guy's head, and then that guy disappeared. That's pretty funny. This is a really interesting story you're spinning for us right now, Crixus.
Yeah.
I'm going to defer to Oakley real quick. Do you have any questions for Crixus right now, Oak?
Yeah. Just what type of players do you generally have in your Star Wars The Old Republic guild as far as kind of the demographic of who they are?
Most of our players are actually fathers, mothers. We have a grandmother, and it's a hilarious story, and I'll just tell it. We were fighting one of the bosses in Boundary, and it's a giant worm boss, like the worms that you see on Korriban, but like 10 stories tall.
Sure. And
we're fighting her, and it has two mechanics. It punches the tank in the face for a lot, so my head hurt, and it spits poison on the ground. Well, this lady, this grandmother, is older, and she's never played an MMO in her life. Never, ever, 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 ever. This is the first game she picked up. She got to 50. We're teaching her. She's doing a great, great job. And she's standing in the poison. And she's our healer. So she's standing in the poison. She gets to like under 100 health, moves out of it, heals herself to full, keeps healing the party, and she stands in it again. And after we killed the boss, we're like, you're supposed to move out of the poison, right? And she goes, I thought that was a buff.
Oh, nice.
Like, serious as can be. But, I mean, she's learning. But we have across the board, the only thing we ask for our players is a little maturity and to be able to take a little sarcasm, because we are sarcastic. I mean, who isn't? And to be open. We don't do guild drama at all. If I sense it, smell it, see it, anything, I'm gonna pull you aside. I'm gonna talk to you. I'm gonna give you one warning. After that, you're gone.
Wow.
Well, I don't like drama. This is a game. It's a video game. You're here to relax. Nice. And I tell people, if you've got a discrepancy with somebody, you think it's going to cause drama, just whisper them, talk to them, talk them out. It's no big deal. There's no reason to start anything. But other than that, we're extremely lenient. Yeah, I mean, I myself am 27. My co-GM, he just hit 21 and vanished for like a week and then came back sober.
Nice. I came back sober.
One of my healers and his wife play together, hold hands and skip through the banthas. I mean, we've got a lot. I mean, it's a real small guild right now. We're only about 30 members.
Okay.
I want to get it to about 50.
Okay.
And then I want to start rolling Republic. I mean, I'll take people after 50.
Absolutely.
But my goal is the guild is 50. I like to keep it not necessarily small, but I don't want to be a mega guild either. I want quality, not quality players. I want quality people.
Wow.
That's good. That's awesome.
And are you open to any interest? Obviously, it sounds like you guys like to PvE, like to raid. It sounds like you need somebody in there to teach you guys some PvP.
Oh, are you kidding me? I'm that guy that everybody screams at because I naturally start backpedaling.
I think we're gonna start renting out Denver Drew to guilds.
Oh, you kidding me? You kidding me? After PvPing with me two Hutball matches, that guy'd probably come to my house and punch me in the face.
No, he wouldn't. No, he'll teach you. I sat down. Denver and I just PvP'd literally for 3 hours straight yesterday, and I walked away a better player. The guy's just patient. He's like, okay, everyone, we got to stay together, do this, do that. And he just starts directing traffic. It's very bizarre, but he's really good. So I think we're going to start renting him out. So we'll post that up on the website here pretty soon.
If you guys, but to everybody out there listening, and to the whole community, Old Republic community, and I'm going to bring this up because if I don't, I'm going to forget because, like I said, I'm a tank. Right now, the SWTOR community is looking for a lot, or not the SWTOR community, excuse me. The Clock Tower Guild is looking for a lot in the form of leadership. We're looking for a PvP officer, like a straight up. All I do in my entire MMO, 1 through 50, I PvP'd, and I want to teach people how to PvP. We're looking for that guy. Also, I just last night, because of our officer meeting and all my officers getting on me because I have not done it yet because I don't know how to do it right. I set up a Twitter and a live stream account for the guild. And there's a reason for the live stream. I'll go into that in a second. But I'm not even sure if I set it up right. And I'm going to save the Twitter. And if it doesn't work, just PM me on the Clock Tower Gaming site, which is clocktowergaming.com. Again, PM that to me. Just send me a personal message on that website and let me know it's not working. And I'll see if I can fix it. I'm looking for a social media officer.
Okay.
A straight up guy he knows how to work the Twitter. He knows how to work 100%. He knows how to rock the live streams. He knows how to use a Facebook. He knows how to, because I don't even have Facebook. I don't know how to do any of that. And my officers are telling me that this is important. So it must be, So I'm just the head of the beast. I'm not the entire beast. But we have a lot of room for growth in our leadership. Okay. And you're not just going to come in and say, hey, I want to be your media officer. I'm going to make you the media officer. That's not how it's going to work. You can show up for a little while. Let me know you're available for media. I'll see some of the stuff you're doing, just like any kind of an interview, but it's not really an interview. It's a game. I'm not going to take it super serious. And then we'll talk about it, because I'm very, very particular on who my officers are, because I've had the same officers for almost 5 years through WoW, Rift.
Wow.
Yeah, the healer I've had
Wow.
almost since EverQuest. I mean, I like to grab people and stick to them.
Cool.
So let's see. I think that was it.
Okay.
Oh, the Twitter is CT Guild at CT Guild.
Okay.
Perfect.
Perfect. Now let me talk to you real quick about some things. It seems like outside of really helping that new player so much, and it really sounds like that's something you guys really specialize in, is taking that new player and help them teach them the game, which I highly respect. I'm a huge fan of that. I think that especially with new MMOs, especially with this particular MMO, brought in a whole bunch of new players that really do need to learn the system. And what better teacher than someone who's been playing for a long time? What else if there's any one thing that would really set you apart from any other guild on the hyperspace canon, what would it be, Crixus?
That's a good one. I would say that our officer corps is genuine, and that I've actually had, because we have a couple of computer techs that are on here,
mm-hmm.
and 3 or 4 nights ago, I can't remember, one of them actually, because I guess one of my officers lives close to this guy, like within an hour,
mm-hmm.
drove to his house, fixed his computer, no charge, just went there, fixed it.
Wow.
And I mean, I've had people, because I'm not going to say I'm like the guru of everything, but I would like to say I've had a lot of life experience. I've been I was in the United States Marine Corps for a while. I've traveled all over. I've helped a lot of people. I like to think I have my head screwed on straight. At times, I mean, I've had people come to me with personal problems, and we'll help you with those. I mean, if that's the case, I mean, I really don't want to dig in your personal life.
Sure.
But everybody in the guild, everybody that I've talked to personally in the guild, I mean, you don't come in the guild and just join a guild. I mean, this is like, or the community. Everybody's a friend here. Seriously, like even the Clock Tower gaming community. I mean, when I came into the fold about 6 or 7 months ago, and they came up to me and said, "Hey, we heard you were a good guild leader from WoW. Would you mind doing this?" I said, "I no problem." And they gave me all the support I've asked for and more.
Wow.
And the community is just amazing. If I ever have a problem,
mm-hmm.
a question, a comment, I just throw it up on the forums on the website. And normally, like, I'll throw it up, I'll go get a snack, I'll come back, and somebody's answered it. And the guild is joined at the hip to the community. Good. So you've got not only the support of just the guild if you need it, but mm-hmm. you also have the support of all those members of the community. And the community goes, I mean, they do League of Legends, they do Minecraft, they do Spore, they do Battlefield, they
mm-hmm.
do. I mean, League of Legends is basically their like main focus, their mainstay.
Sure. They've
got the competitive team. They've got they have community rewards for League of Legends, all that kind of stuff. They wanted me to kind of branch out and move to MMOs a little more because they don't want to be just a League of Legends clan. Okay. They want to be the whole deal.
Sounds good, Crixus. One more time before we let you go, give us the way to get a hold of the Clock Tower Guild in Star Wars: The Old Republic.
If you want to get a hold of anybody in Clock Tower, any officer can invite you to the guild. Okay, you can get a hold of us by /who and put in Clock Tower. There's always somebody on. You can get on at 12:01 at night, and somebody will be on. If the servers are up, somebody is on. If you don't want to get a hold of us in game, you can get a hold of us at www.clocktowergaming.com. Just go ahead and sign up. You can sign up for that website, or you can just check out the forums. There's always ways to get a hold of us there. I'm setting up the Twitter account. Like I said, if it works, it works. If it doesn't, it doesn't. CT Guild at CT Guild.
The Clock Tower Guild on the Hyperspace Canon Empire side wants to go Republic. So if you're Republic on Hyperspace Canon, just wait. Crixus is coming. We promise. So. Crixus, we really thank you for joining us today, talking to us a little bit about the Clock Tower Guild, and we really do, I gotta say, my hat's off to you, man. Really appreciate guilds that really take the time to help out the new guy.
my hat's off to you guys for giving me this opportunity to throw myself out there, because we are a small fish in a big pond that we just want to get bigger. And you guys are helping us with that. You guys are great for the community. The 101 videos are amazing.
Thank you.
I mean, they actually help us help other players. We've actually used this morning. Actually, we used your secondary stats 101 with the grandmother, because she wasn't understanding for secondary stats. So we used that to give her a better understanding, because we were actually having trouble explaining it.
Nice.
So, your series, yeah. I mean, right. But you guys are amazing. Keep up the good work. We really appreciate attention. Actually, we're kind of attention hogs. We really appreciate attention. And we appreciate what you guys are doing for the community. I mean, it couldn't be better. Yeah, I'm gonna stop rambling now.
Crixus, thanks for joining us today, man. Best of luck with the guild. Keep in touch with us. Let us know how the recruiting's going, and let us know. Drop us a line and let us know when you have gotten the Republic site started, would you?
Yes, sir. Definitely will.
We'll throw it up on the air. All right, Crixus, thanks a lot for coming on the show, man.
Thanks, man.
All right, thanks for having me. Bye.
Would you like to have your guild featured on Old Republic Radio?